Everyone who's ever bought a gym membership and has ever wailed away on the weights and spent hours on end mindlessly trudging away on one of the endless arrays of cardio equipment that you see at your facility knows how much of a bitch it can be to burn body fat in an effort to get that ripped up look that you're wanting to show off at the beach, at the pool, or at the bar. Unfortunately, the only thing suckier than that is having that effort be an exercise in futility. So what I'm going to do for you today is share with you the top 3 fat loss myths that are holding you back from getting that shredded up, athletic, ass-kicking look that you're going for. What's up, meatheads? Coach MANdler here, Team Swole Patrol. It's Wednesday, hump day, which means it's time for some brick shithouse training. I'm gonna put the actual training at the very tail end of this video, so if you don't want to hear my ugly ass talk, just fast forward. But what I do want to talk about really quickly, I promise, is the 3 biggest fat loss training myths that are probably holding a lot of you back. All right, so if you're a bodybuilder, a power lifter trying to get more condition, trying to make weight and don't want to, cut water, or doing the same thing for strongman, here are a couple things I've noticed that a lot of guys are doing that is completely a waste of time and a complete fabrication of the truth about what it takes to burn fat. All right, this has absolutely nothing to do with your diet, so I'll just erase the hate. Don't give me any hate comments down below. If we want to talk about diet, that's a completely different avenue, but nevertheless, what I want to talk about today are the 3 biggest fat loss training myths that you gotta stop falling for. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Myth number 1. This one is one that just will not go away, and that's the myth of site reduction. All right, I can't tell you how many times I see dudes and chicks doing crunches and sit-ups in an effort to burn belly fat. All right, that's some just grade A bullshit. You're not gonna get where you want by doing that. I don't care how many crunches, sit-ups, leg lifts you do, unless you get your heart rate up for a prolonged period of time, put in the anaerobic and aerobic capacity work to help you burn body fat, you're not going to have your abs show. Plain and simple. End of story. The idea of site reduction is complete bullshit. Me personally, I store most of my body fat in the subscapular region, right under my angel wings and around my waist. So I will, if I start focusing on diet and start really amping up my conditioning on a daily basis, my face will lean out, my chest will get more muscular, same thing with my arms, my legs, but the last thing is going to be the fat surrounding my scapular region. So for me, it doesn't mean if I just stick with doing a lot of pull-ups, rows, inverted rows, things like that, I'm going to be able to get ripped up quick. It doesn't work that way. Your body doesn't allow you to choose where you want to lose body fat. So completely scratch that from your system. Quit doing sit-ups in order to try to burn belly fat. It's bullshit. It doesn't work. Wipe it out. Myth number 2. This one's for all you bodybuilders out there. Don't think I'm picking on you, because I fell for this shit too. It's miserable, but it's the truth. It's science, bitch. All right. This myth states that doing fasted cardio in the morning on an empty stomach or right after you wail away on the weights will help you isolate body fat to break down and burn off. Unfortunately, that's not the case, and this is where the science comes in, okay? You have to start thinking of your body as a primal evolutionary machine, okay? We are put on Earth to do one thing. We're put on Earth to conserve enough energy and live long enough to pass our seed, okay? That's a very scientific and simple and general way of looking at things, but we have evolved to be able to do that one simple thing. That's it. Not only us, but all other members of the animal kingdom as well. And unfortunately, part of that equation is conservation of energy. Where I'm going with this is that what we want to do, or what our body wants to do, and what we want to do can be completely opposite. Although we want to use cardio, let's say, as a means for isolating body fat in order to burn off and use that fat as the fuel to get us through whatever cardio that we're doing, it's not necessarily the case. It's not as efficient for our body to break down body fat to produce the ATP we need in order to fuel that cardio as it is for us to break down muscle tissue as well. Okay, so although yes, doing fasted cardio or doing cardio after your regular weight training will help you burn some body fat, part of the equation, part of the metabolic process is for your body to break down not only fat tissue but also muscle tissue in an effort to provide the ATP necessary to fuel that cardio in the first place. And unfortunately for us, it's far more efficient, which is what our body wants, to provide that ATP from muscle tissue than it is from the breakdown of body fat, which is nothing but stored energy that we use for that in case of emergency situation. Okay, that's why we store body fat. It's that in case of emergency energy store. So unfortunately for us, we can't just pick and choose what type of what type of tissue that we want to use to break down for use in fueling whatever that we're doing. So the idea of isolating body fat by doing fasted cardio or cardio right after you've wailed away on the weights is complete garbage. Yes, it'll burn fat, but it's also going to burn muscle tissue as well. And the third myth is that this shit is fun. I see guys on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter always talking about this so-called runner's high. Fuck the runner's high. I've run before and it fucking sucks. My knees hurt, I get shin splints, I get tight. There is nothing fun about that shit. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, probably am. But that said, I'm not a fan of it. I feel like we developed the ability to run so that we could run from shit or to shit. And I got news for you. Just because I'm starting to get a little bit more conditioned up and start to see a little bit of my abs, I'm not enjoying this past 2 to 3 weeks of that extra volume that I'm adding for aerobic capacity work, okay? Me personally, I like more of that general physical preparedness, that overall anaerobic capacity work with a little bit, just enough of that aerobic capacity work thrown in at the end to help initiate quicker recovery. Doing it that way, I found, will allow you to maintain more of the performance gains and the size gains that you've been busting your ass for all winter long, while also getting that fat burning effect. Now, on that note, here is the performance fat loss brick shithouse training workout that I promised you. Enjoy. Hey dude, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did and want to learn more about some common fat loss training myths that are holding you back from showing off that ripped up, shredded, athletic, ass-kicking physique that you want to show the ladies at the beach, at the pool, or at the bar, then do yourself a solid right now. Pick up your free edition of the Get Ripped Insider Seminar that I've lined up for you by clicking on this button right here. Let's say you're watching on your cell phone or tablet, not a problem. Simply click on the first link that you see down in the description box and I'll take you to that same free registration page, which will outline everything you're getting in this free video seminar, as well as what you need to do in order to watch it completely free today. Like I said, very powerful tips in here that will make sure you're doing the right things to get you that shredded look that you're going for. And before you leave, be sure to hit the like button so I know I'm hooking you up with what you're looking for in this channel, and subscribe so you never miss out on any of the kick-ass tips and routines that I'm gonna be hooking you up with here in the future. Appreciate your time, guys. Have a good one. MANdler